I understand. I understand, but I guess my take on that is I expect that from government, because what government tries to do in the pay-as-you-throw program is charge the user the fee for the bag to sell it on a prop that we need to increase recycling more, and it removes it out of the town budget and puts it in everybody's individual lap to pay for that service. That's the game. That's what it is. So.
No, it's a user fee-based system, Howard.
Yeah, where you're removing it out of the tax.
Right.
The tax is to lower the tax rate for what you pay in your individual taxes, but then every individual user still bears the cost of that in another forum. And that's why I think municipalities always use that, because they're attempting to move it from one cost center to another. From in the town budget against town taxes to you pay as the individual. So.
No, it truly is to move from 25% recycling to 40%. That is the goal.
The problem is when the government pays for it, you're not as careful. When you pay for it,
Consumer driven.
Well,
Consumer driven HSA.
I haven't.
Which the town should do.
I've heard only one idea.
People are paying $300 as a copay.
I've heard only one idea how to get beyond 25% recycling. I haven't heard anything else. Pay-as-you-throw is the only thing on the table.
What happened
Give me some other ideas.
What happened with the Fort Getty
Yeah. We were talking about doing that.
We actually ordered bloom gray bins for every campsite. Actually, I didn't say it might even arrive, but
How much will that increase our recycling rate? I would think that would do a good job.
And is it going to be mandatory?
Yes. Well,
it's going to be mandatory for the seasonals, not the transients.
We talked.
86 out of the 105 are.
We talked about
seasonals.
making a mini pay-as-you-throw for the Fort Getty, right?
Yeah, and I think this year what we'll do is just introduce the bins. Actually, we're not only going to have the bins, but we're also going to have the source separation facility, that's enhanced down by the gatehouse. So when they dump their bins, it'll be.
And who pays Island Rubbish to pick that up?
We pay for it, but it's part of the bill. I mean, it's part of the $37.50 that they pay for the seasonal campgrounds. So it's an expense associated with that. Yeah, and we, as you know, we get substantial positive return on the seasonal campgrounds.
But in prior years, everything they threw away went to trash, rather no recycling.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and we had a recycling bin, container, but it was just
no.
very lightly used.
So that
help a
bin
little
is still
bit,
going to
but-
remain there for those transient campers?
Yeah, they can take in their own containers, and we'll give them literature about using that central depository near the gatehouse. But we're not going to. We don't want to. If we will lose too many bins.
How many campers altogether?
Transients just carry away our bins.
Right.
How many campers altogether?
There's 105 sites altogether. 86 of them are transient. Are seasonal. The balance of transients.
And their trash goes to residential rates, right? Or has it in the past?
Their trash actually, we are charged a commercial rate by Island Rubbish.
So it's not included in our residential trash?
No.
So all we're going to include is the
I think we could. It's one of the gray areas that they are.
Well, it's better for
they are
us.
households now, but they're not counted towards our population-based cap. So,
So they can really
All the more to take their recyclables.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah. And I would agree. Around the recovery system, as we indicated, doesn't take into account our large summer influx population, generally speaking.
Right.
So why would we, play it by those, so-called black and white rules with what they count or don't count as legitimate recyclables residentially, when they don't give us credit for our full.
Well, I think they
residential
should
population.
definitely, get them to recycle. I think that, but I don't think it's a percentage very much.
I don't think so either. No. That's not the game changer, by any means. So, getting back to what Mike was just saying, what will move us forward to being able to measurably increase what our level of recycling is? I don't think it's public education. The fact that we have had curbside, tax base paid curbside residential recycling for the number of years that we have, and we're still not, we don't stand out in the pack among the other communities for the level of recycling that we achieve. Obviously, says something. Just we see what people are at a norm that they feel comfortable with, based upon all the education that we've been able to provide for them, and so some other tool is going to be necessary.
I mean, my feeling is if we try the Fort Getty and try to up it that way, if we enhance the transfer station, if we do the articles periodically, and one of the things I would like to write about in the articles is different ways you can reuse or give away trash, like to the art departments at the school. And you know, I could interview the art teacher and write an article about what they're looking for. Any way to reduce the actual trash. I mean, kind of a three-pronged approach, and kind of see where we are as far as does it make a difference.
In my view, education will have an immediate impact as soon as you do the major programs, but then it's got a half-life, just like nuclear waste. It'll half every year until it gets down to zero again.
If
So
it gets left to die on the vine, you know, right, you have to keep it.
You have to keep it up, and you have to keep it fresh, and you have to keep it new, otherwise people will look at it and say it's the same old thing. And, you know, my view is that education alone is not going to do it.
But what about education in Fort Getty and
Well, I don't know.
Fort Getty,
that might do something.
increasing
How much
the
data
transfer
is
station?
involves?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fort Getty only has 100.
There's a ton of space, right? Yeah.
And we get all their time, but we won't move
Our
that.
island's not that big,
We
so
won't
that,
move that into 2,700, 2,750 households, another 100. It might move it a little bit, but to get it up to that,
but doing
I have a
more
friend- I have a
recycling at the
friend that has a
transfer
house in,
station, having recycle bins up there, you don't think that would make a difference? Is that everything?
we're going to be picking up our recycling bins.
I'm talking about having more recycling up there, having more bins for light bulbs and batteries and,
Yeah.
you know, more durable goods that people can exchange, those kind of things.
Okay.
I have a friend who has a house on Lakeland, Pisaki, and they have 4 recycling bins: glass, metal, paper, and what was the other, plastic. And the town sells the recyclable material and pays for the hauling of trash. It pays for the hauling of trash. So I don't know
Did
what
it do that
recycling
last
is.
year?
Pardon me?
Did it do that last year when recycling, all the prices for the
And
recycling
he said
materials?
that the town breaks even on rubbish collect. The town picks up all the rubbish in the town, Guilford, New Hampshire, and they pay for it by the selling of the recyclable materials. But they have 4 trash bins. So you have to put your regular bin out there plus 4 recycle bins.
I don't think.
Yeah, well, apparently it works there. I'm not saying that's a good idea for us, but
Right.
I don't think I can imagine now trying to read 4 recycle bins.
well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Well, it might
And
be
if you-
like, you know, you take one out every
If you
other
keep the glass separate, you can sell it. I mean, if you put glass in the tin cans, then someone's going to separate it so it's not as valuable. But that's what they do.
Do they still do that, Roseville? Do they still separate the glass bottles? And I'm going way back. They had cement, cinder block
Yeah, back when
sections up there.
they used to have to separate by color, right?
Right.
Green, brown,
Oh, no,
clear, it's all
It's
glass.
just basically your blue and green bins.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
whatever
sort
the
of-
blue goes in one bin, and then, yeah. So they're mixed recyclables, is what it's called. So I think we're at a pivotal point here about what type of program you
Is there,
as a
is
committee
there,
feel comfortable in.
the only thing I can think of, is there a hybrid in this whole system where people can buy trash bags and go to the transfer station if they want, and pay a lesser amount to Island Rubbish if they want Island Rubbish to come and pick it up? Some kind of hybrid of the system that will still give everybody the incentive to throw away less bags of trash.